and welcome to my channel. Today I am doing a requested topic, and I know you requested this a long time ago, so thank you for being patient. But today we're going to be talking about the voids of the universe. So I'm going to give you 4 voids that are out in space, and we're going to see if you are a being that comes from that void. So I'm going to give you markings for them. I'm also going to announce a brand new starseed that I have not heard about before, so that is interesting. And we're going to get a little bit deep into the universe. So if that sounds fun to you and you want to be part of our spiritual community, growing together while on our sacred journeys, then please hit that subscribe button. But let's go, because I'm ready to get lost in the darkness. But before we begin, I do want to do a huge shout out to Alyssa. Thank you for joining Sacred Ancestors membership for a 2nd month in a row. You are amazing. And then if any of you guys are interested in what memberships are, if you go to my YouTube page, there should be a join button after you hit subscribe, and that will tell you what the membership is. But basically, I do a video just for you. I do your starseed birth chart reading for you, or I can do tarot card reading, or just answer a question. But yeah, without further ado, let's get started. And I do want to give you a little bit of background information if you don't know what voids are. So if you take the universe and you zoom way out on a map, then the universe looks like a giant web. So I'll post it up here for you. And this is just the observable part of the universe that we can see, because we cannot see the entirety of it, of course. But when you zoom all the way out, it looks like an intricate web. So most galaxies in the universe are found in those long structures known as filaments that wind through the cosmos. And then when they meet or intersect, it creates a high concentration of galaxies known as clusters. But between the filaments and the threads, you have gaps of empty voids. So that's what we're talking about today. And the voids have barely any galaxies at all inside of them. And the void makes up 80% of the universe. So when I saw this cosmic map, I was really interested because it looked familiar. So if you look at a brain cell or brain neurons, it looks just like the universe cosmic web, which I thought was very interesting. And then I took it a little further, because if you look at human eyes, they resemble galaxies or nebulas, and the black part of your eye is made to absorb light and send info to the brain. That way you have awareness of your surroundings. So I was trying to put 2 and 2 together of our eyes, the voids being the black spots, and then the filaments around it connecting all the galaxies, like sending information throughout the universe, just like our eyes send information to us. And then I was thinking, like, if each person is a galaxy, then each person is scattered throughout the cosmic web of life, all sending information to everyone else around them subconsciously at the same time. So it's very crazy to think about. Like, anytime I think of like us being a galaxy, I always think of that song where I think it's by Alina Baraz. I don't know if I'm saying that right. And Galamantias. It basically goes, I bet you never knew that there's a universe inside of you. And it just gives me the goosebumps. It's a really beautiful song. So if you want to check it out, I'll link it below. But yeah, it is just crazy to think about the relations of things in the galaxy that relate to things on Earth and in our body, and how everything's connected. So here's some more pictures. Like the birth of a cell and the death of a star look similar, the eye and the nebula, and then of course the brain cell and the universe. And then I also thought, very interesting, like hurricanes and galaxies look very similar. All fun things to think about, but let's get back to the topic of this video, voids. So as I stated before, there are very limited amounts of galaxies inside voids, if any at all. There's a bunch, like millions, trillions voids out there, but I'm gonna focus on 4, and I found at least one galaxy or star system inside the void. So I'm going to give you the markings for them. So before we begin, you will need your birth chart, which you should know how to get by now if you've watched my other videos. But if not, really quick, you want to go to astro-charts.com, hit birth chart, fill out all your information, and then we're just going to be looking at the top part, your planets, and the bottom part, your houses. So once you have that, the first void we're going to be talking about today is the local void. So this is where our galaxy, the Milky Way, resides right on the outer rim of the local void, which is the closest void to Earth. And then inside of this void, there are dwarf galaxies Pisces A and Pisces B, which are within the Pisces constellation. So if you want to know if you come from our local void, then the markings you want to look for is Pisces. And if you find Pisces, you want to look for 18 or 21. And you could be 1 to 2 degrees away. And you want at least 3 markings to confirm that you could be from a void. The other markings you want to look for are Aries, 2, 14, 17, 26 through 29. So that's 26, 27, 28, and 29. And then you're just looking at the number on the left side. So let's move on to number 2, which is the Boots Void, which is one of the largest voids in the universe that we know of. It's also called the Great Void. And it also has earned the title of the Super Void. So it's really big. It's actually located inside the Boots constellation. If you come from the Boots Void, and that's where you originated, then you want to look for Virgo. It's going to be 29 in Virgo. And then if you look for Libra, there's a bunch in Libra. So you have 1, 2, 6, 15, 17, 19, 22 through 25. So it's 22, 23, 24, 25, 28. And then in Scorpio, it's going to be a 3 or a 5. And then if you have at least 3 of those, 1 to 2 degrees away counts, then you would actually be considered an Arcturian starseed, which I mentioned in my first starseed video. If you believe you came from the void, I highly recommend reading more about Arcturian starseeds, which I will link below, like 1 or 2 places that you can read more about the traits and characteristics, because if you resonate with the traits and characteristics and you have the markings, then you could be from that void, the Boots Void. Moving on to number 3 is called the Giant Void, not to be confused with Boots the Great Void, but the Giant Void. And this is the second largest confirmed void that we know of to date, so second largest. It's located within, I'm going to put the name down here, the Canes Venatici constellation, and this is the new starseed that I just discovered from offline. So I didn't personally discover it, but I found when I searched this constellation and hit starseed, there is a name for this coming from this constellation, which is also within the Great Void. So the markings, there's only 3 markings. So this is very rare. If you're going to have all 3 of these markings, you may be this newly discovered starseed. And it's Virgo, which is 17, 24, and 25. So if you have all 3 of those or 1 to 2 away, that counts. And what I suggest you do is go to the link below, which is going to tell you the description and traits of this starseed. And they are called Garnetian starseeds. So make sure to go to this website. I only found one, I'm pretty sure, and it has a bunch of information describing you and describing your home planet. So if you don't have the markings and you still want to read about them and you resonate, you could have that origin, because you never need markings or somebody else to tell you where you came from. If you resonate and you feel it inside, then that's all the confirmation that you need. And then moving on to the last one, number 4, which I always say this wrong, but it would be the Eridanus Super Void. So this is possibly the largest void, so the largest void known, also known as the CMB cold spot. And the markings are in Pisces, and the first marking is Pisces 15 in Pisces, Aries, 23 in Aries, Taurus, so you got a bunch in Taurus, which are 2, 8, 13, 18, 20, 23, and 29. And lastly, in Gemini, it is 5, 11, or 15 in Gemini. I just saw something fly by. But something to check out for this one, if you most likely are an Eridanus, I know I'm saying that wrong, Starseed, and you could possibly come from the Void. So make sure to look up the traits of Eridanus starseeds, which I'm going to link below. This starseed is a little harder to find information for, so I'll link what I find for you, and then that way you can read about it and do your own digging and research. But as I said, there are a bunch of voids in the universe, but I just wanted to start with 4, and I just want to make sure that I'm answering the topic that was requested. So if you requested this topic, let me know below if this is kind of what you were looking for and if you found the information that you were seeking, because I don't mind doing another one like this, like a part 2 void origin. But yeah, I could definitely see myself going down the rabbit hole of the universe and how we're all connected. So if you want to go deeper into that, let me know in the comments. But let me know below if you connect with any of these 4 voids, or if you have any questions or suggestions or your own opinions, just put it below, because we're all here to learn from each other. But yes, thank you so much for watching this video. I look forward to the next one. I'm going to try to get to all of your requests. And until next time, I hope you have a great day. Bye!